Hello everyone, welcome to Conscious Quilting. I'm John. Today we're going to be looking at quilting Swirling Curves, which is a fun geometric pattern that would work really well in a modern quilt or a traditional quilt. Let's get cracking. So starting off here, I have marked a large square on my sample. I'm showing you this in large format first. I wanted you to see the large scale, and then we're going to go to a smaller scale to show you how multiples of this pattern will come together. I've divided up my square with two S-curves going from corner to corner, and you can see me stitching one in here. And then all we're doing is echoing that S-curve over and over and over again, working from the narrower corner out towards the S-curve. Over and over again, we're simply echoing, and each one of these repetitions, each one of these echoes is going to go from a narrow echo to a widened echo as we work our way out. And it creates this nice fan pattern. And it's a nice, simple pattern for a quilter who's maybe earlier on in their quilting journey. They're still kind of getting a handle on moving their fabric smoothly, because it is just a simple curved line over and over again. There's no curls. There's no what direction do I go in. You know, it pretty much guides itself. And I think this would be a really good pattern for someone who's more of a beginner and trying to get a handle on the movement of the fabric and balancing everything out as far as the speed and the timing of everything. Here I've gone to another corner, and again, I'm just echoing that simple curved line over and over again. Each one of these four quadrants, they're butting up against the previous quadrant. So when they're doing that, then the pattern is kind of coming together in the center. You get this kind of windmill pattern, but it's a nice geometric, but geometric with curves. And I really, really like that. So you don't have to worry about perfectly straight lines. You don't have to worry about them being perfectly even. It all comes together pretty well, whether they're even or not, whether they're, you know, a perfect echo or not. You're still going to get that good texture out of it and that good quilting out of it. And as you go along, each line gets just a little shorter, so it gets easier as you go. So this is my big block here, and you will see the finished block. I'm going to pan out the camera when we get there. And this is one single unit, okay? You're going to see in a minute what's going to happen when we put multiple units together. There's our finished block. Now we're going to multiple units. And on this sample, I marked out 4 squares, divided each of those up with my 2 S-curves from corner to corner. And you can start to see in the lower left-hand corner where those two were coming together. And you'll see these all together when it's all finished. But we're just building this repetition. And that repeated pattern creates a very pleasing texture visually and in a tactile sense. Now, of course, I'm working in contrasting threads for the sake of the camera. I absolutely adore this texture when working with a matching thread. And at the end of the video, you're going to see a picture of this. And it was the same picture as the thumbnail, but without, you know, me in it. But with a matching thread, you just get that nice texture. And again, this can be scaled large, it can be scaled small, it could be scaled micro. It's all a question of how dense a quilting you want, You know, if you want the quilt to be softer, you go larger with your scale. If you need that quilt to lay flat and be firm because maybe it's a table runner, maybe it's a placemat, and you want things to just kind of lay flat, then do it denser, do it smaller. And that's going to create a firmer, more rigid quilt, and that's fine. This would be great if you were doing kind of a geometric-based baby quilt, a more modern baby quilt, and you just go big with it, and you'll have a nice soft quilting, but a really cool geometric pattern. And there is our completed 4-block. So you get that counterpoint pattern in there, which is really, really cool. And I really enjoyed this. Here is our original block. That's the single unit, right? It's very simple. It's just a bunch of echoed curves. So nothing to stress about. And then here we see when using matching threads, we get that yummy, yummy texture. And that can be a lot of fun to play with in your quilts. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you go practice it. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed week. Take care. Bye-bye.